No doubt in my mind, it seems that they are so close to unleashing the trillions finally. Have you watched these last few videos? Did you watch the live stream? I won't be putting all the live streams out there. I just give you a little sample. Most of those that we're going to be doing in the future will stay in the members only section. But I just wanted to give you a little sample of what we're doing over there in case you want to participate. But have you seen this information we've been covering? Did you hear Brad Garlinghouse talk about September the 21st? Now look at what's happening here. Did you see this? Smash that like button, by the way, if you like this type of content we've been cooking lately, in my humble opinion. This article is titled, "Tokenization May Provide Global Markets with More Efficiency." Guess who's saying this? When I say, well, listen to me closely. When I say they're telling, something big is brewing up. They can't get around it. Nobody can get around this. There's no way. Who do you think is saying this? This is coming from an SEC commissioner. When the SEC has to admit that tokenization is the way, the future, you know something big is coming. You know somebody powerful pulled some strings. And they say, hey, listen, it's time to get out of the way. Little dog, it's time to get out the way. The big dogs are coming. So I'm a little excited. When I see stuff like this, it's mind-blowing. Do people understand what they're living through? A once-in-a-lifetime event is brewing. Listen, there's no guarantees in anything, folks. No guarantees in anything. Because I know there's that crowd that's already on their keyboard, but there's no guarantees. I already know that. It doesn't take away the excitement. The potentiality, the moment is there. It says, according to SEC commissioner. Let's scroll down here and find out what they're telling us today. A commissioner with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission says tokenization is gaining traction among blue chip companies and can provide further efficiencies to global. Wait, pay attention to that real close. Global markets and investors. What we just talked about in the live stream, they were talking about these global access. But wait a minute. The banks don't have global access anymore because of their fragmentation. That's what they've been saying themselves. I read it to you in the documents. They've been talking about fragmentation. And how are we going to come together now to bring everything together? Because they don't have it. That's why the Bank for International Settlements is pushing for a global standard, because they don't have a global standard. They're pushing to bring everyone together because they're not together. They're siloed. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So where do they get this global access? I ask again, where are they going to get this global reach from? Wait a minute. Nope. Wait, somebody out there. Wag of my finger. You were about to say the S word. Stop it. Hush. No, don't say that nasty, nasty word. I'll say it for you. Swift. Don't you dare. Even Swift came out recently. We read the document to you on this channel also. I don't know if people listening or not. Hey, I can't control that. In a document about a week or two ago, Swift was talking about their lack of global reach now. Nobody wants them anymore. They're trying to replace Swift everywhere for a reason. And you have the fragmentation once again. BRICS nation over there. The West is over here. Things continue to heat up geopolitically. Where are they going to get this global reach from? It wouldn't have. I mean, what companies have global reach? It wouldn't happen to be Ripple. Yes, they do have global reach. Wouldn't happen to be little companies like Stellar. They do have global reach. Quant, Algorand, Flare, Chainlink is in there. Solana is in there. All the big dogs we've been talking about for a long time now. They have true global reach. So when I hear that, my apologies. My mind just goes there. It says here, global markets and investors. During the SEC's 30th Annual International Institute for Securities Market Growth and Development, Commissioner Mark, here's the name, so you can look this up for yourself. Commissioner Mark T. Uyeda explains how tokenization, the conversion of assets such as securities holdings into digital tokens, can benefit capital markets. But when they talk about tokenization, I'm going to go with what BlackRock's been talking about. I'm going to go with what Wisdom Tree's talking about. Franklin Templeton's been talking about, what the BIS has been talking about. That's who I'm going to go with, not the SEC. And what they're talking about is the tokenization of everything. Put it on the table. Money on the wood makes the betting good. Right. It says, but Uyeda says regulators need to understand the cost, benefits, and risks of the technology, urging his colleagues risk of the technology. I don't think it's more risk than the regular banking system right now. You think so? I have an article at the end here. Wait a minute. What is this little, what's this article say here? Could you help me out? I'm saying it like you can actually see the article and read it. What's this article that I was saving for the end of the video I'm going to give you right now? It says $526 billion bank reveals data breach as hacker claims personal information of 65,000 account holders. Oh, joy. I wonder who's going to get robbed this time from the banks. But you want to talk about security and safety when people have none? They've been getting robbed blind by these banks. Tell me I'm lying. I've been reading you article after article. You can go call these banks. We'll get to that a little bit later. I just wanted to point out their hypocrisy and nonsense. They talk a bunch of authoritative, fake parent like nonsense. You know how some of these parents are like, oh, they say one thing, hey, you better not drink and smoke. And the kid busts in the living room past their bedtime and the parents are smoking and drinking. Yeah, hypocrisy. That's what this reminds me of. Anyway, it says urging his colleagues to learn from the UK Financial Conduct Authority, which has already published a blueprint for the implementation of tokenization. Now here, I don't disagree with you. I'm going to clap it up for you. Clap it up. Clap it up for Mr. Uyeda. Guess who dominates? Yeah. Guess who dominates in the UK? I'm going to scratch my head. There's a company, Quant. It was a Quant? Yes, Quant dominates in the UK. Who else? I can't think. I'm getting a little older, getting a little grays here. I'm getting a little grays here. So my memory, a little foggy. Ripple in the UK, Quant and Ripple dominate right now. You think not? Do a Google search. Do a quick Google search, or if some of you are more advanced now, I guess if you feel that way about AI, use AI. Do a search on Google, do a search on Ripple, Quant, and the UK, and let your mind be blown. So, sure, if they're going to go by follow the blueprint of the UK, I'm all for it. Bring me that money. Bring me that money. It says here, quote, while the FCA continues its review of securities tokenization, it is important to highlight the depth of research they are undertaking to allow innovation and growth while still protecting investors from harm. Come on with that nonsense. You're all about harming investors and crushing companies and holding back people from making millions upon millions in dollars of crypto. Are you going to help those people that you crushed? All the different times that you halted cryptocurrency progress with your verbiage and with your so-called authoritative actions? Yeah, you're not going to help them. You didn't help too many people. I'm telling you right now, they're struggling right now. Right. You did that. The SEC did that. So anyway, it says, more importantly, other regulators can review the FCA's research and considering what steps, if any, they might take regarding tokenization. Research by US-based crypto exchange Coinbase shows that 86% of the Fortune 500 executives see the potential benefits of asset tokenization, and about 35% are drawing up tokenization plans. What was Ripple pushing all the beginning of the year? Real world asset tokenization. What has Stellar been talking about off and on? They've been making posts on their little blogs and stuff like that. Real world asset tokenization. Matter of fact, Stellar was like, hey, listen, we're at the forefront, buddy. Right. Everybody wants in on real world asset tokenization. Quant's been talking about it off and on. Quant could dominate there. Really, you want to be real about it. But I think they're going to be more involved with the WCBDCs and such like that. Now, let's see anything else here. This was a good article here. Eye-opening. So the SEC admits the flood is building. And when I say flood, it's not water. Although I'd like that money to move like water, I definitely would. Let's move on here. You think that's all we got? You grossly underestimate us over here. No. That's not all we have. This article right here, folks. All you handsome, beautiful folks out there. Hey, wait a minute. Don't get it twisted. Hold up. Move back, hermano. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to be complimentary. Don't take it the wrong way. This article right here. You like that, right? Like, boom. This article right here is titled XRP. Oh my goodness. Stuck below 50 cents. Where's my tissue? I gotta wipe my eyes right here. Matter of fact, I don't have any tissue around here. It's my office. I'll wipe it with a Post-it. Is that okay? I'm pantomiming. That's okay with you? I'm wiping my eyes with a Post-it sticker. Or whatever you call that thing. 50 cents. That's not the important part of this article. No. What is this? Ripple CLO says SEC has abandoned demand for $2 billion fine. Now, listen. This is just one article. I need to see more articles to verify this. Maybe somebody who actually has a Twitter, go on that Twitter, please. Verify that he said this, because usually the CLO usually release stuff on Twitter. Let's see if they crop something in this article. But we need to verify this. But if they said this is huge, big. And it's no surprise to me. The SEC has a loser's mentality. I've seen this in sports all over the place. I've seen this a lot. There's people that go into matches. I'm telling you, see, you might not think this way because you're a winner. I've coached a lot of people, and I've been against a lot of people. And there's people that will go into their matches and their contests. They already believe that they're going to lose. Like, and not even just they believe they're going to lose. It's like it's in their spirit to lose. I just don't understand it. They don't have that fight in them. They'll come against you. They'll give you a little struggle. But if you just push hard enough, they're going to roll over. They're going to give you their back. They're going to get choked out. They're going to get pinned. They're going to get knocked out. I don't know what that is, but I see it in the SEC. I'm just telling you. Listen, everybody that's been in combat sports, you know what I'm talking about. And I see that in the SEC. So it doesn't surprise me. That's on them. XRP says XRP struggled to make a comeback. It's not time yet. When I'm telling you, in my humble opinion, and I could be wrong, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to do those people's jobs. They don't pay me to be a financial advisor anyway. So I'm not that. But I'm just saying my humble opinion. The time will come when that announcement arrives, when the judge says, hey, everything is done. Case is completely over, because a lot of big entities need to hear that. It's not about retail. I know what retail wants. Wind Moon right now. I know. I get it. But the big companies, they want to hear it. It's just the way that it is. And then we can talk about price. See what happens. But it says here, Ripple's lawyers. Now, that's part I wanted to get to. Ripple's lawyers have asked the judge to consider a civil penalty around $10 million by drawing parallels with the recent settlement amount for Terraform Labs, another crypto firm embroiled in a legal battle with the SEC. The SEC responded to Ripple's counter and quoted a $102 million figure instead. Really? Far lower than the previously requested $2 billion. Now that's news. For allegedly violating securities laws. Yeah, they need to look into SEC and find out what happened to all that corruption that they were supposed to look into. Oh, it just nothing happened, huh? They just stopped looking into that, huh? They don't want to find out about the SEC corruption, huh? I don't know. I was just thinking about anybody remember that old Juvenile song? Juvenile from the Hot Boys. What? I know you people better know your hip hop history. Juvenile he was the leader of the Hot Boys when Lil Wayne was just a little boy. For real little. He was really Lil Wayne. And he had that song. You in the bed, huh? You came around the corner, huh? And then you bought some chips, huh? He's just saying, huh? That was a good song too. You wouldn't think that someone saying, huh? Every bar would be good, but it was. Anyway, so listen, man, they backed down 102 million. You're weak. We got you. I told you, man. I told you we're going to crush them. It's like, oh, man. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of good. I'm going to enjoy it. Not every day we feel great. So when I do, yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. So it says here, in the most recent reply to Ripple's letter, the U.S. regulator has quoted 102.6 to be exact million dollars by comparing the recent deal struck between the SEC and Terraform Labs. Still, About this figure, the SEC also said, oh, here goes more. They're so confused. Quote, that low of a penalty would not satisfy the purposes of the civil penalty statutes, unquote. Then why did you quote it? It says the U.S. regulator has quoted. Then you also say, like, well, I'm tired of them being confused. Where's the other pieces of the government? Oh, yeah, I forgot. They don't want to do anything anyway. Like, what's going on in this? You know what? Let's hold. I'm going to talk to myself. Let's hold back. Okay, let's hold back. You got a problem with that? I got to tell myself to hold back because, like, you got to realize when I'm making these videos, you realize I'm just talking to a camera, right? There's nobody else here. I got to make magic. I got to make something happen, something out of nothing. Let's move on here. That was big news. Move on here. I'm just having a little bit of fun. I got some crazy workouts the last 2-3 days. I'm feeling really good. I'm going to work out a little bit more. I'm trying not to overdo it. Don't worry. I'm trying not to overdo it and like get myself hurt or something silly like that. But so far, so good. So now we have this article here. It's titled XRP officially decouples from Bitcoin. What do they mean by that? Something happened I don't know about? I mean, I haven't been checking the charts like that, so maybe there was. Ripple affiliated XRP cryptocurrency has managed to decouple from Bitcoin, the largest digital asset by market cap after months of underperformance. XRP BTC pair is up as much as 7% on Binance exchange over the last 24 hours. It is now on track to record the biggest spike against Bitcoin since March 11th. Really? I better go look at the charts and see what's going on. Anything major happening, folks? Back then, it soared by a whopping 13% against the leading cryptocurrency within the single day. So despite XRP's recent gains, it is worth noting that the Ripple affiliated cryptocurrency is still down more than 70% against Bitcoin since last August. Then why'd you make it seem like it was something crazy going on? All right, I'm just saying. I thought there was something more going on. It says this makes it one of the worst performing alternative cryptocurrencies of this bull market. Oh yeah, you just wait. It's not its time yet. This is a utility token. It hasn't been able to service utility yet. Just wait. Just wait. We shall see. We'll see when that case is over and we have all those banks just lined up. I'm just saying, I'm not Ripple. I'm not a part of Ripple. I don't work for them. I don't know anybody at Ripple. I'm just saying they play it out the way that I will play it out. And Brad Garlinghouse recently, what he said was genuine. He genuinely wants XRP's price to go up, and he's puzzled as to why it hasn't gone up. That means he's going to push it. Boom. Now we have a little bit of Bitcoin news. This article is titled Ledger CTO backs introducing new OP codes, layer 2s to realize Bitcoin potential. Sir, some of these people, I don't know that Bitcoin's going this high. Some of these people are predicting Bitcoin to go to $200,000, $500,000, $1 million. Like, I think Bitcoin is okay. I think it's doing really pretty good. The position that it's in, and you still have companies that haven't gotten in yet by the thousands. I think Bitcoin's in a good position, but let's see what he has to say. Well, let's hear what he has to say. He says here, in a recent interview with Crypto Slate's Akiba, Ledger's chief technology officer, Charles Guillemet, shared his transformative journey from initial skepticism to a deep appreciation of Bitcoin's potential. He shared Akiba's vision of a future where Bitcoin capabilities extend beyond being a digital currency to serving as a robust mechanism for time stamping and event sequencing, provided scalability challenges are addressed. Guillemet's insights underscore the ongoing evolution and expansive possibilities of blockchain technology. Initially skeptical when he first entered Bitcoin in 2011, Guillemet appreciated the technological sophistication of decentralized consensus and cryptography, but doubted its practical adoption. He recalled, quote, "My friend was mining it, and he was talking about Bitcoin every day. I told him, like, your thing is really amazing." From a what? I shouldn't have read it like that either. But why would you say it? Why would you phrase it that way? I told him, like, your thing is really amazing from a technical standpoint. But what's the use case? Don't be immature either, but with certain interpretations of how I read that. There was absolutely no chance that anyone will add up Bitcoin in the future. Well, a lot of people doubted Bitcoin in the beginning. They definitely did. It wasn't until 2017 when Bitcoin began gaining more mainstream attention. I don't understand that. So if you thought it was amazing from a technical standpoint, then why would it not seem undeniable to you that this was going to thrive in the future? If it's a dominant advanced technology back then, superior to current systems back then why would it not dominate in the future? I don't understand that type of thinking. It says it wasn't until 2017 when Bitcoin began gaining more mainstream attention and adoption that Guillaume revisited his stance. He started to explore the economic and permissionless aspects of Bitcoin, leading to a deeper understanding of its potential as a form of money not controlled by any central authority. Yeah, they're working on it. It says this exploration also brought in, or why do you think they're buying all of it up so they can control the supply? It says this exploration also broadened his awareness of how traditional fiat systems operate. If you think that, I'm not just saying that off the top of my head. I'm saying that based off of documents the BIS, Bank for International Settlements, released about decentralization. This is their idea. I don't know if they can actually pull it off. Their idea is that decentralization is not really decentralized. If you do a Google search, you're going to find those documents, read them. I'm telling you, they're eye-opening. That's where I get my thoughts from on that, of them trying to take over Bitcoin and other decentralized things. It says ultimately shifting his view to appreciate Bitcoin's value proposition of ownership and financial sovereignty. Let's scroll down here. I want to find out a little bit more about where he wants to go with all of this. He specifically advocated for a dedicated new OP code designed to allow ZK proofs to be validated online, enabling enhanced Layer 2 Bitcoin solutions. Being able to use ZK proofs with Layer 2s would reduce the trust needed in off-chain processing and scale the potential for Bitcoin to act as a data settlement layer beyond finance without needing to increase block space. All right, let's stop there because I'm going to get to this next one here before the video gets a little too long, because I see people are appreciating the videos being like 28 minutes and down. Now, this article here is very interesting. This article is titled, Sergey Nazarov explains how Chainlink is bringing the world's banks multiple on-chain. I told people a long time ago how bullish Chainlink was. I just don't see how they're not going to take off and explode in the future. Let's read this little tidbit. That's my humble opinion, not financial advice. Let's read this little tidbit here. The recently released 8th episode of Chainlink's The Future Is On quote-unquote Spotlight series features Chainlink co-founder Sergey Nazarov, who explained how Chainlink is building blockchain infrastructure that accelerates global adoption of tokenized real-world assets. There it goes again. I told you. They're all trying to do this. It says by reducing the blockchain integration burden for traditional financial institutions. And I say that because the SEC individual made it sound like it was like sort of limited, but it's not. They're going for a tokenization of everything, not just securities, everything. It says, quote, Chainlink is fundamentally a protocol that seeks to create a low-level standards for how the new Web3-based financial system works. Look how he phrased that. It's like he's openly talking about the new financial system. Nazarov said, quote, by creating these standards, we enable everything to work in a transparent, cryptographically guaranteed way, unquote. As the industry standard decentralized computing platform, Chainlink has already enabled over $12 trillion in transaction value and provides a comprehensive set. That's cumulative. So when they do those numbers, it looks good, but that's over a extended period of time. It looks good. What's going to happen in the future when you're having a ton of capital or value rather moving through Chainlink all at once and not over an extended period of time? Then you're going to see some fireworks. That's what the people want to see. It says decentralized Oracle services that are critical for creating and securing tokenized assets and stablecoins capable of scaling on-chain finance to billions of global users. Sort of similar to Ripple's, old idea of all the money or going after as much money as possible, much value as possible. I think all the top companies have to think the same way. You have to have that mentality in order to be successful. So Nazarov believed Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability protocol, CCIP, will ultimately unite DeFi and TradFi on a global standard, which is interesting because the BIS keeps calling for a global standard. And they've, on their last few documents, they're calling to pull everybody together. Whether they'll actually do that, all these other banks will actually come together with them, remains to be seen. So now let's see what else we have. We have some housing news. I think we're only going to be able to fit in one more article. Let's do the bank article. We'll hold off the housing market article, and we'll do the bank article to close out the video here. Now, banks have been doing terrible. They can't talk to anybody about security. They just can't. Be careful out there, folks. This article is titled $526,714 million bank reveals data breach as hacker claims personal information of 65,000 account holders. We continue to report on this week after week after week of these things happening to all of the major banks. Their security is absolutely terrible. Be careful. Check your accounts. And it begins as such. One of the largest banks in the U.S. says it has suffered a security breach as a notorious hacker claims sensitive data on thousands of account holders is now for sale. How did they get this information? How did they penetrate your systems? I mean, you repaired it, right? So it should be nothing to tell us how this was accomplished. The people need to know. I mean, I feel like they need to know, but maybe others don't. North Carolina-based lender Truist Bank just confirmed its systems were breached in October. You're just now telling the people that their bank accounts were accessed or their information was accessed when it was done back in October. Their information is all over the dark web by this point. At this point, I mean, it just blows my mind. It's a terrible, terrible thing. And yet so many, not everybody, so many people will let the banks get away with this kind of activity. But if crypto sneezes wrong, crypto bad, we must stop crypto. I just don't understand that mentality. It says the confirmation comes after the hacker pseudonymously known as Spider claimed it's selling a trove of data from the bank containing 65,000 account holders' names. Well, it says claims. It's not he's claiming. Is the bank confirmed it, that they were accessed, that they were hacked. So it's a fact. It's a 65,000 account holders' names, bank account numbers, transaction history, and balances for a fee of $1 million. All right, so there you have it, folks. Be careful out there. So they have a quote here. It says a Truist Bank spokesperson to Bleeping Computer, quote, in October 2023, we experienced a cybersecurity incident. You got hacked. I like how they use this verbiage to make it sound like it's lesser than what it was. Somebody's information got stolen. Now their life is on the line. And you waited from October to tell them. You waited until now from October to tell the people. So they couldn't do anything about it. So it says experienced a cyber security incident that was quickly contained. Yeah, it wasn't contained for the people who got their information stolen. So anyway, we're going to end off there. Now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with this. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the Monday.